Hey guys, TJ here with the Lawn Dad channel. So today we got something a little bit different. Typically I'm doing some lawnmower reviews or telling you how to fix your grass or something about the lawn. But today we're talking about your house, a little DIY project that I'm doing. Permanent lights. These are the permanent lights from Lumary. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them online from Lumary. But they actually sent me a couple of these to put on my house. They saw my videos. They said, hey, your house would look nice with permanent lights, and I have to agree with them. I've been looking at these, so thankful that they sent me these to test out and install for you guys. So yeah, I'm gonna take you along on the journey. We're gonna be unboxing them, testing them. That's a huge thing. Installing them. I did rent a boom lift from Home Depot. My eaves are about 40 feet tall. I feel safe on a ladder, but I don't have a ladder that goes that high. And like renting it was kind of, I don't know. I felt like a boom was just like a lot safer and like a lot more fun, to be honest. So we're gonna be going on a boom lift today, some ladders, but I'll show you how to generally install these, and we'll see the final product. So come along with me and enjoy the video. So here I'm going to do a quick unboxing for you. The left-hand side's 158 footer. The right hand is the 53 footer. Something to note is each one of the strands, each individual strand is about 20 feet long. So with the 158 footer, you're not necessarily getting 158 feet of lights. That 158 also includes the extensions that come with it. So make sure you're looking at the details of what you're ordering. But in the 158 one, it does come with 6 separate light strands, and then in the 53 footer, it comes with 2 separate light strands at approximately 20 feet per strand. And it of course comes with all the necessary electrical accessories, screws, extra stickies, things like that. So you'll see me installing these, but this is what comes in the package. And here I'm doing like one of the most crucial parts before you install these is to test them. Test them, make sure that they all work, because there's nothing worse than getting up on top of your house, putting them up, and having to replace an entire strand if they don't work. So easiest thing to do is test them. This is how they go together. It's a very simple 3-prong system. They go in, they create a waterproof seal, and then you're gonna go ahead and just screw on that cap to tighten them up, and that's how you're going to connect either the lights to lights, or lights to power source, or lights to an extension cable. So as soon as you have them all hooked up, you plug it in and you turn right on. So in this case, all of them worked, so we are good to install. I'll briefly show you what I've done already in prep for this, so that you can be ready to prep for yours. So first off, I didn't have any electrical anywhere. So I added some electrical outlets right here, right there, because I'm gonna have a separate line going right here. And then I also added one up there. So I'm gonna have a total of 3 running strands. They sent me 2. I probably could have made it with 2, so this is part of the planning. Probably could have made it with 2 with some like junctions and stuff like that, but like these are permanent. I kind of want to do it right. So I got another box of 53 footers. So right here is going to be the longest strand. It'll go up, down, back, around, up, and then junction or end right there. That was a 158 foot line, which is their longest line that they've got. And then this one right here will be 53 feet down. That'll be a separate one. And then I've got a separate one that will go starting right there, go up, down, around. Then I'm gonna have a extension line that goes right here, reconnects, and then ends right up there. So it'll be 1, 2, 3. So when you're setting it up, make sure, and this is in the directions too, make sure that all of your boxes are starting from the right side going left. When you're doing these lights, to make these patterns make sense and to make them consistent. And also I think the way that the light shines on the house itself, that matters as well. It's directional. So if you have it going from left to right, it'll point out. If you go from right to left, it'll point in at the houses, which is what you want. So starting from the right going left, you want to make sure that your lines are starting on the right. Installing these is super easy. There's a 3M piece on the back. Here's the light. 3M piece in the back that slides off. So when you are installing these, you want to install them about 2 to 4 inches. That's recommended, 2 to 4 inches away from your house on your eave. So you'll see that in the video. And they also, in the quick guide, right here, so house is right here, you got 2 inches away, keeping eave lights 2 to 4 inches away from the wall. That's gonna give you like the best flood onto your house. Any further, it may not show up the lights may not show up very well in your house. So that's why they say 2 to 4 inches. But this is how it's essentially put together. So you got this 3M foam and then a hole to put a screw in. So when you're installing these, you'll be stretching this tight, cleaning the eave, peeling this off, sticking it on, holding it on for about 5 to 10 seconds. And then once you've done that and you want to secure it, you can then put the screw in and then slide this right back on and then go to your next one. This one's all taped up, but you get the picture. Pull this tight, go on to the next one. Clean it, stick it, 5-10 seconds. Take this off if you want to put a screw into it, secure it even tighter. But that's the process. When I say these things are super easy to install, they're super easy to install. I actually ended up cutting a 2-inch piece of cardboard just so I wasn't trying to find that 2-inch mark on the card that they sent. So that 2-inch piece of cardboard I think is a great hack, and it saved me a lot of time and it made everything super consistent. But I just set it against the house and then I set the light up against it, peeled and stuck it. And then I put a screw into every single one of them just so it held up perfectly and didn't come unstuck in the next 1 to 3 years. I don't want to come back ever again. So once it's installed, you just slide it right back on and you just keep on going. Very, very easy. All right, so when you get to the end of a line and you don't have anything to continue on past that, you are able to cut these. So I cut this right after this light just with these snips, able to cut it. And then what you want to do is waterproof it somehow. So some people will use like a heat shrink, whatever, heat shrink it on, wrap it around. I'm just going to be using white electrical tape. I'm going to tape it front to back and then spin it around that. There shouldn't be a lot of water coming in over here. So I'm not super worried about it. I'll keep an eye on it the next few years, but so yeah, if you have an end of the line, you can just cut it and you're good. So right now I'm up on the middle, and here's a look of how I've got this done. So I've got the electrical outlet right there, and then the adapter wouldn't fit in that electrical outlet, so I got a really small extension cord, an outdoor extension cord. I did cut a hole right there, and I put, for now until I can find something better, or maybe this is totally fine, but it's a plastic faceplate cover, a double wide plastic faceplate cover with stainless steel screws, so it should last, a while. It's just under the soffit, but looks white, looks tidy to me. And then obviously the light's going out. In the corners, I've got clamps going up. Everything is super nice. Very happy how it turned out. And then over here, so I've got a junction right here, and then coming to lights that go right here. So this is how I did it. So junction right in there, and then up there I've got another one of those. I put a hole in the soffit, and then I pretty much there was like 6 lights left over. I pushed them up into there and then did a extension line coming all the way down here, and I'm gonna eventually paint it same color as the house. And then I took brown electrical tape just to match our roof. Our roof has like a brown tint to it, just so you can't really see it from the street. So did black electrical tape right here, and then tucked underneath here, and then obviously lights up there, and then I cut it off right there. In the app, you can turn off the ones that are in there. You can turn those off so that essentially if you do a pattern, it goes to here and then it skips instantly to there without any delays. There's probably ways to splice these things so that there is no lights in there, but I don't want to mess up anything just in case it doesn't, because, you know, having to rent a boom lift and stuff is kind of annoying, to redo all of these lines. But anyways, so that's how I have it up here. And then right in here, same kind of thing. The adapter thing didn't work. It didn't fit in this, so it couldn't close. So I had to do a really short outdoor extension cord. So white extension cord, and then same thing. I did probably a temporary plate until I can figure something out. Maybe I'll paint it and put dots on it so it like blends in even more. But it looks tidy from here. You wouldn't even be able to tell, especially from here. And then right here where everything starts, which you can see under here, I just did a lot of zip ties underneath here. I think it looks pretty good. Maybe eventually I'll add a box or something like that, but I got it to look really nice. And you know, it's underneath a gutter. You're really not going to tell. There's a certain point where you've got lights, you gotta have something showing. So let's see how it looks at night. I'm pretty excited to see it. So here's the app right here. I'm just gonna briefly go into it. So you can go in and change. This is gonna be the kind of like the preset stuff. There's a ton of different things you can choose. Iceland blue, singing orioles. So there's a million different ones you can go into. Here's a Christmas one that they've got preloaded. Valentine's Day, Halloween. And then you can go in and create your own. Right here you can go in and like do your own style. So if you have colors that you want to do along with the prompts and stuff. So the app is super easy to use. And then you can go in and let's just say you want to make them all white. You can do that. So you can just turn them to all white if you want. Here is the timers. So you can go in and put timers on everything. So you can put whatever scenario you want. So every single day of the week, we have a different scenario turning on for Christmas. And then at 10 p.m. it shuts off, or 11 p.m., whatever you want, or have it run all night. So yeah, here's the app. It's super simple. You can set them all to each individual string. Remember, I have 3 strands that I'm doing, but then I have it as one whole house. So it's one whole home controls the whole thing. So I can control everything based on that one right there. So once you do a whole home, it syncs up the entire thing. And then when you go into the settings, it treats it all as one. Whereas if you just did each individual string, it would only treat it as one individual string. So very cool. Love this thing. Merry Christmas, and we'll talk to you later.